Hello and welcome to Change Your Thoughts, Change Your Life. Have you ever thought about changing your thoughts and how it could actually affect your life? Because our life starts with us. We are number one. We right here, it comes from us. So if we have thoughts going in our head, it's going to change our life that way. If we have other thoughts that are positive, it's going to change our life another way. So this book is here to help us change our thoughts so that we can have a better life. And I know I want a better life, and I'm sure you do if you're listening. So I already read the first verse. This is verse 2, and it starts with, "Under heaven, all can see beauty as beauty only because there is ugliness. All can know good as good only because there is evil. Being a non-being produce each other. The difficult is born in the easy. Long is defined by short, the high by low, before and after go along with each other. So the sage lives openly with apparent duality and paradoxical unity. The sage can act without effort and teach without words, nurturing things without processing them. He works but not for rewards. He completes but not for results. When the work is done, it is forgotten, and that is why it lasts forever." All right, so the concept of something or someone being beautiful is grounded in a beautiful system that promotes duality and judgment. This way of thinking is prevalent and commonplace for just about everybody in our culture, perhaps even having some value in society. I encourage you to explore the concept of paradoxical unity in the second verse of the Tao Te Ching. By changing your thoughts, you can change your life and truly live the life of bliss and oneness. Woohoo, that sounds delicious. Has it ever occurred to you that beauty depends on something being identified as ugly? No. Has it to you? Therefore, the idea of beauty produces the idea of ugliness and vice versa. Just think of how many concepts in this duality belief system depend on opposites. A person isn't tall unless there's a belief system that includes short. Our idea of life couldn't exist with that of death. Today is the opposite of night. Male is the antithesis of female. What if you instead perceived all as a piece or a glimpse of the perfection of oneness? I think this is what Lao Tang is trying with his description of the sage who lives openly with apparent duality and paradoxical unity. Imagine that the perfect oneness coexisting in the apparent duality, where opposites are simply judgments made by human minds in the world of 10,000 things. Surely the daffodil doesn't think that the daisy is prettier or uglier than it is, and the eagle or the mouse have no sense of the opposites we call life and death. The trees, flowers, and animals know not of ugliness or beauty. They are simply are, in harmony with the eternal Tao, devoid of judgment. Now that's interesting. As a sage lives openly with apparent duality, he synthesizes the origin with the manifestation without forming an opinion about it. Living without judgment and in the perfect oneness is what Lao Tao invites his readers to do. He invites our wisdom to combine perceived opposites and live a unified life. The perfection of the Tao is allowing apparent duality while seeing the unity that is reality. Life and death are identical. Virtue and sin are judgments needing both to identify each other. These are the paradoxes of a unified life. This is living within the eternal Tao. Once the dichotomies or pairs of opposites are transcended, or at least seen for what they are, they flow in and out of life like tides. Practice being a living, breathing paradox every moment of your life. The body has physical boundaries. It begins and ends and has material substance. Yet it also contains something that defies boundaries and has no substance, and it is infinite and formless. You are both the Tao and the 10,000 things simultaneously. Let the contrasting and opposite ideas be within you at the same time. Allow yourself to hold both these opposite thoughts without them canceling each other out. Believe strongly in your free will and ability to influence your surroundings, and simultaneously surrender to the energy within you. Know that good and evil are two aspects of a union. In other words, accept the duality of the material world while still remaining in constant contact with the oneness of the eternal Tao. The debilitating necessity to be right and make others wrong will diminish. I believe that Lao Tao would apply the Tao Te Ching to every day's world by suggesting the following: live a unified life. Enter the world of oneness with an awareness of the propensity to compartmentalize everything as good or bad, right or wrong, beautiful or ugly are standards of the physical world, not with the Tao. Contemplate the insight that duality is a mind game. In other words, people look at the way they look. Period. Criticism is not always necessary or helpful. That's true. See the unfolding of the Tao inside everyone, including yourself, and be at peace with what you observe. Yeah, could you be at peace of what you observe in yourself? Be a good animal and move freely, unencumbered by thoughts about where you should be and how you should be acting. For instance, imagine yourself as an otter, just living your ottermost otterness. You're not doing bad or good, beautiful or ugly, a hard worker or a slacker. You're simply an otter, moving through the water or on the land freely, peacefully, playfully, and without judgments. When it's time to leave your body, you do so, reclaiming your place in the pure mystery of oneness. This is what Lao Tao means when he says, when the work is done, it is forgotten. That is why it lasts forever. In other words, you don't have to leave your body to experience forever. It's possible to know your eternal self even in the embodied condition. When duality and judgment crop up, allow them to be part of the perfect unity. When other people create dichotomies, you can always know one's oneness by practicing the Tao. Accomplish much by trying less. Ooh, that sounds interesting. Effort is one piece of the whole. Another piece is non-effort. Okay, effort, non-effort. I could see that. Fuse the dichotomies, and the result is effortless action without attachment to outcome. This is precisely how you dance with someone. You make an attempt, assume a position, or listen to the music and let go all at the same time, allowing yourself to easily move with your partner. Combine the so-called opposites into the oneness of being without judgment or fear. Labeling action as a fine effort implies a belief that trying hard is better than not trying. But trying itself only exists because of the beliefs about not trying. Attempting to pick up the trash is really not picking up the trash. Once you've picked it up, then trying and not trying are irrelevant. Interesting. Understand that you can act without the implied judgment of words such as effort and trying. You can compete without focused on outcome. Eliminating opposites paradoxically unifies them so that it is unnecessary to identify with one position. I imagine that in today's language, Lao Tao would sum up the second verse of the Tao Te Ching in these two simple words: just be. I love that. Now, do the Tao. Do the Tao today by noticing an opportunity to defend or explain yourself and choosing not to. Instead, turn within and sense the texture of misunderstanding, feeling it all the way through your physical system. Just be with what it is, instead of opting to ease it by traversing the outer world path of explaining and defending. Don't get caught up in the apparent duality of being right or wrong. Congratulate yourself for making a choice to be in a paradoxical unity, a oneness where all the spectrum simply is. Silently appreciate the opportunity along with your willingness to practice your sageness. Are you going to practice your sageness? And just be. All right, no comparing today, non-judgment day. All right, I love you. I hope this is helping, and I will talk to you soon. I will talk to you tomorrow, actually, for verse 3. Love you, bye.